What's happening? This is Mike Williams, and this is Breakthrough Kings. I help men break through their personal barriers, find passion, discover purpose, all while leveraging the internet to create financial independence. Welcome to our evening live stream. We're here every Monday through Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, just to give you real stories from a man's perspective. Thanks to everybody that's been tuning in for the last 2 weeks since we launched. Thank you so much. We got our grand launch coming, still working on our website on the back end and tweaking things as we grow to make this platform better, more interesting, more exciting, and definitely building out our academy and helping more men step into their power. Make sure that you go to flow.page/Breakthrough Kings. That's flow.page/Breakthrough Kings. And you're able to follow us on all of our different platforms. Specifically, go over to YouTube and subscribe to our channel. We're trying to get our numbers up to 100 so that we could start creating our customized username. And I'm just, giving you some transparency and showing you the process of growing this brand. You guys who've been here since day one. So go to flow.page/Breakthrough Kings. Follow everything, like everything, subscribe. For those men who want access to my His Method, it's my personal method of how I went through healing, my internal voice to get focus, and systems that I utilize to create income online. You can go to thehismethod.com. That's thehismethod.com. Watch that video, absorb that video, and most importantly, take action. Some really great information there for you guys to step it on up. All right, so I put a question out there on my screen there. It says, did you lose someone close to you? How did you cope? I would love to hear, how you were able to cope with losing someone. And I bring up this topic tonight because today, for the first time in, I don't know, I think it's 2 to 4 years, something like that I haven't been to an actual funeral, right? Not obviously, who's a big fan of funerals anyway? I'm pretty sure nobody is, but I just don't really like going. But a friend of mine's, someone I've grown to know over the course of the last year, he lost his oldest son, right? His son was 32 years old. His son has 3 kids, 3 small kids too. I met one of them today. Handsome young guy, head for the hair, and just vibrant, you know what I mean? But, talking to my friend and just, him being strong as men, as we do, we try to press through, be strong, but you can see it in his face, it's hurtful, right? It's a tough scenario to lose a child, right? Your firstborn. I can't even imagine what that feels like. I got 3 kids of my own, and, the way the world is designed, right? We're supposed to go before our kids, and unfortunately, there's a lot of people out there that end up losing their children, before they go. And that's got to be painful. Definitely when I was there and speaking to him, I overheard a lady, and she was talking to my friend, and she was talking to him, she was trying to give him some words of encouragement. And then she just said, I really don't know what to say. All right. And I'm standing there like, I definitely don't know what to say. I'm always full of something to say. But at that moment, I'm like, what do you say to this? I don't know what this feels like. Right. I've never experienced this. So by the end of this live stream, I'm just going to share a few things that I would do if I had to experience something that tough. All right. Bryant says he lost his uncle this year. Sorry to hear about that, brother. And I hope all is well for you and your family, and you guys are dealing with that and, growing. And, so by the end of the webinar, live stream, I'm definitely going to share a couple of things that I personally would probably do to help me get through that, But she's talking to him and she says, I don't have the words. And he says, I'm taking each word as they come. He said, I'm taking each word as they come. And I sat there and I'm like, you know what? That's all you can do to stay sane in a situation like that. Because I remember him, we're in a group chat, and I remember him texting the group chat saying, I just know it's my son. So, our group chat is always so vibrant, so lively, and, he was already dealing with a few different things prior to this incident. So we were always in the chat to make sure that, we kept him up, and then when he hit us with that, it's like, damn, what do you say? You know what I mean? Because all of us, everybody in the chat has kids, all is well has really made me grow and value each day more and more. I can see that, definitely. I can see that. Absolutely. Something I definitely want to talk about tonight. And I'm glad you mentioned that, Bryant. Just standing there, whether you lose someone or, maybe, you're the unlucky one that, loses your life. Right. All I would say is that, every day we definitely got to cherish every day. All right. Everybody, we got something on our heart and mind that we want to accomplish, and we cannot keep pushing it off until tomorrow. Right. Whether it's an ideal that you want to manifest, whether it's a relationship you probably need to fix, if it's someone you need to forgive, right? There's something. There's a connection you need to definitely heal, right? Immediately, right? And you've been just pushing it off because maybe you don't have the words to say. I'm just saying, go ahead and do it, right? You may not know how to do it. Go ahead and do it, because we don't know what tomorrow is going to bring. Here's a gentleman who was planning, to see his grandchildren and see his son, and then he gets this call that his son is no longer here. Even if you were on course to build or create something, some news like that would shatter you, or if something was to happen to you, like, we don't know what tomorrow is going to bring. So we definitely got to step up and start living, right? We can't keep pushing things off till tomorrow. We got to start living, and if I was in that situation, one of the first things I would do, if I was in that situation where, I lost somebody really, really close to me, and I'm not, I can deal with a lot of those different things that happen, but, let's say something happened to my wife or one of my kids, my mom, right? My two brothers, that's probably the closest people in my life, my mother-in-law. If something was to happen to one of them, right? Something tragic, that will probably hit me in my gut the hardest, I can potentially deal with everybody else, but my family, my close ones like that, that's tough. How do you come back from that? And the first thing I would do, I would go through a healing process, and I would talk to somebody that doesn't have a biased opinion on my life or the people that I lost, right? And I would have I would pay somebody whose job is to just listen to me, right? Whether I talk or not, they're there to listen to me. And I believe that is the fastest way to get some real healing and being able to just talk it out, right? Talk it out with somebody who's there to specifically just hear and listen to you. All right. No biased opinions, right? Just professional guidance, right? Professional asking you the right questions to make sure that you kind of get out of that cloud that you're under, Deep stuff, man. Deep stuff. People losing their life is deep, but it's a part of reality. And some people can't snap back from that, right? People can't snap back from it. Some people cannot. And the second thing I would do is I would actually work out probably more, right? We all know that working out releases endorphins. So, when you're down like that, you definitely want some type of positive flow going. And I would probably work out like crazy and just kind of, rebuild myself back up and keep having those conversations ongoing, especially if that loss hits you that hard, right? Because some loss hit them hard. We were there tonight, everything was going smooth. But you can tell when someone, I don't know, maybe it was, his child's mom or someone, but a female eventually came in, and you just heard her start just crying. And I'm like, oh, right. I'm like, oh, that's rough. You know what I mean? I was like, that's real right there. And tough situations. But how does she cope now? You know what I mean? How does she cope every day? We got another comment coming in. Man, whatever your feelings are telling you to do, go with it. Seek counseling and do the work. I lost my mother last year, and I'm not really emotional, but this been a cloud over my head. Find a positive outlet, working out or starting a business. There you go. My man, we on the same page, Brandon. I feel you all the way. All the way. And that sounds exactly what I would do, man. Now you just gave us the blueprint right there. You know what I mean? Get busy doing something that, that's not going to, you're not going to forget that person, but you're going to be busy putting all that energy that you would have been sitting there, just wallowing in, and you're putting all that energy and focus into something else that you can build. And hey, guess what? You can build it on their behalf. You know what I mean? So appreciate your input, Brandon. That's what's up. I love it. Yep, I'm telling you, yeah, it is rough, brother. It is rough, definitely. But those are the two things that I would do. And, if you got any advice on this live stream, kind of like Brandon just shared his advice, go ahead and share it in the comments below before we get out of here. You can share it. Like I said, I didn't have this big wow presentation tonight. I just wanted to share that thought because I was thinking about it while I was driving here. And for those who've been following the page, again, thank you. We're going to be here Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Real stories from a man's perspective. Go on the page. You can see all our different pieces of video content from what we do on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays. Every week, every day is pretty much a different topic and a little bit of transparency. Still working on the topic for Thursday and Friday. So far, we got Make It Count Mondays. We got Super Tuesdays, which you're going to focus on, different aspects of politics, and Wednesdays and Wealth Wednesdays. So you can come up to hang out with us on Wednesdays to learn about creating income in various different ways and stuff like that. Still working on the Thursday and Friday content, but this is what we're doing. We're building right now, and you guys are watching this and you're a part of it. And we thank you for definitely being here. And like I said, if you've lost someone, before I let you go, there's two things I would focus on: healing and putting that energy into something else. I would put it into working out. That'd be me from my perspective if that was me in that situation. But by far, talking is it, right? People, men, fellas, healing is necessary. If you find yourself angry all the time, and something like death can, stimulate anger, because you're just upset that this person is no longer here. And if you've noticed, if you start to slow down and pay attention to yourself, and you're seeing, anger, right? You got to talk some stuff out, all right? Depression shows up. You got to talk to some people. Seek counseling for sure. There's nothing wrong with it. My brothers, right? My black brothers, okay? We sometimes have the hardest time seeking counseling, right? Just because of how we were raised, man up, push through, right? Nah, seek that counseling. That's manning up. That's a man stepping up and saying, you know what? There's something going on here and I need to figure it out, right? And death can definitely bring those different things, those different feelings and ideals into your life. So if there's something you're dealing with, absolutely. All right, guys, I appreciate you again. It's a short night tonight. We're going to come back tomorrow night. We're going to be interviewing RJD, the Imperfect Gentleman. His profession is teaching young men how to be gentlemen. So we're going to have a good conversation with him tomorrow night. He always has some really great value. I think you guys will enjoy him on a Friday night. Bring your questions. Definitely chime into the conversation. It's going to be a good one. Every time we've done a live stream together, we've always had a lot of aha moments, a lot of moments that definitely, a lot of moments that you definitely want to write down and save to revisit next time. So definitely show up tomorrow and we will be kicking it. That's a great mastermind night tonight. Absolutely. All right, no doubt. Appreciate you for showing up, Bryant. It means the world to us. Definitely share and tag other men that definitely needs to join the conversation. Sometimes women join our conversations too. They are welcome to connect with us as well. But this platform is definitely for the men, and that's our mission. Our mission is to build the greatest educational platform to create financial breakthroughs for the working family man so he can find his passion and his purpose. All right. Again, it's Mike Williams, and this is Breakthrough Kings. I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Peace out.